plenty of footage that came out of the last onslaught and the last stuff that was going on of people simply raising a flag, which is illegal under the Israeli military dictatorship. You cannot hold up a symbol of your culture and you will get arrested. You saw plenty of people getting attacked. You even saw like a 6-year-old boy like getting arrested by the Israeli military. I mean, it is
for having a Palestinian flag?
For holding a Palestinian flag. It's wild stuff. So Joe, I don't know if you knew this, but I just won a lawsuit. This is fucking insane. I mean, this goes along with the whole BDS thing, but there are 30 states in the US that have passed legislation that says you cannot make money at a state institution as an independent contractor unless you sign a contract saying that you will never advocate the boycott of Israel and never engage in the boycott of Israel.
Really?
Yes. 30 states in the US. This is the ultimate censorship. This is the black hand of the state coming down and enacting laws that says you cannot speak or advocate for this issue. This is a totally passive action. BDS is what brought down Jim Crow apartheid in the South. BDS is what brought down apartheid in South Africa. And BDS will inevitably bring down apartheid in Israel. But I was given such a contract. I was supposed to speak at Georgia Southern University. And I was given a contract that says you can never boycott the state of Israel. You can never advocate the boycott of Israel. And I was just like, this is fucking mind-blowing because this is what I do. I mean, this is in part, bringing attention to these issues, advocating BDS. And the whole conference fell apart. And I ended up suing Georgia.
The state of Georgia?
Yeah.
And you won?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can go back, talk some shit.
Isn't that amazing, though?
It is amazing.
And this is
it's amazing that that's written into law.
It's written into law.
Now, is it this because is a state institution, and are there laws like that about other countries or other?
No. Can you imagine how ridiculous it would be if Putin and by the way, Israeli government officials have gone and advocated and lobbied these state legislatures to pass these laws. It is like the most direct admission of foreign interference I can think of. Meanwhile, we hear ad nauseum about Russia buying Facebook ads and somehow flipping the election to Trump. No, this is Israel advocating these laws to be changed at 30 state legislatures and them doing it. I mean, can you fucking imagine if Putin did that? Right. Actually had the law of the U.S. changed to flagrantly violate our First Amendment. This is a free speech issue. This is a boycott issue that was constitutionally enshrined by the Supreme Court during the Montgomery bus boycotts. This is our fucking civil liberties.
So the idea is that Israel's our ally, and that's why it's okay. Because if someone said something, like here's an example. If there was new laws on the books that said you could not advocate to boycott products from China,
right? And
if you did, you can no longer make money. You're banned from the state or whatever. Like if they tried to institute some laws like that,
can you imagine?
Imagine. Remember the blowback just for John Cena?
Yeah.
Apologizing, people freak the fuck out about some silly movie.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yeah.
Or Russia. I mean, you actually can't wrap your mind around it because it's totally incomprehensible and flies in the face of logic that actually they would alter our laws.
But when you see things like
the
John Cena thing, or when you see things like the NBA like kowtowing to China, and even the World Health Organization, I'm sure you saw that spokesperson who wouldn't even recognize that Taiwan was a country, wouldn't say it. He was on a Zoom call with this lady who was asking him questions about Taiwan's response to COVID-19, and he refused to even discuss that Taiwan is a country, so he disconnected the phone and then came back. And when he came back, he said, "Well, I think China's doing a really good job, so let's just move on." Like he just glossed it. You ever see that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild,
yeah.
Right? But it shows you the crazy influence that one country can have. And we sort of accept it with some countries, but with other countries, we're deeply disturbed by it. Countries that we don't think are our allies, we're deeply disturbed by it. But like this China thing. But this idea that these institutions or these countries can have any effect whatsoever on our First Amendment rights, that's very disturbing. And it should be something that raises people's hackles. It should put people up in arms because that's a precedent. And if that gets set because we're allies with a country and we allow it to happen because we're allies, you can't talk badly about, you can't advocate for, whatever you're advocating for. If you're advocating for boycotts or not visiting or, sanctions against them, that's a super slippery slope. That all we'd have to do is have these kind of relationships with a lot of different countries where you have the same, and then now you can't talk about anything anymore.
Yeah, can you imagine?
That's how it works. Like you can't have one like
culture.
that.
Like it is so, it's so unbelievable that this has happened under the radar, and you have actually a foreign leader bragging about it. I mean, Netanyahu took to Twitter and he was like, we've worked really hard to lobby these states to pass these. I think they're throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks because they know it's unconstitutional. When they've been challenged before in a couple states, I think 4 states, they've faced legal challenges and they've all been ruled unconstitutional because they are.
Clearly.
They're so flagrantly in violation of our free speech.
So does Georgia now change the law that's on the books?
So it's unenforceable as of now because of my lawsuit, but they are trying to change the law to render my case moot. So they're now trying to make it so that the law can be on the books still. And now it will just apply to people who are making a higher amount of money.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they don't want to get rid of the law because it's a huge coup for Israel. I mean, you should see the kind of shit that they've done. They tried to sue a Palestinian woman named Suhair for $20 million for defamation because she put a Facebook post online, but they purposefully waited till the statute of limitations for libel was up in the US so then they can use Israeli law. And under Israeli law, libel is just anything that criticizes the government. It doesn't have to be untrue.
Oh, God.
And so they were trying to make that stick. Luckily, that case was thrown out. But it just shows
is she an American?
She's American.
Is in America?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so they were trying her in Israel?